Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Tua now on first down. Into the secondary, past the 40, and all the way up to the 46. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's brought down.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll let this go for the end zone. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. They're the favorite, no question. And when they score like that on the opening drive to set the tone, you're the underdog on the other bench. That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't bring the home crowd into it. Because you're counting on that to be a part of your equalizer, ride their momentum. But you have to give them something to cheer for. So now what you're worried about is they're better than we are. We can't get going. Are we about to get blown out?
Good news, still a long way to go. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something that's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down at 4. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A first down carry for Henry. To the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So third and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organization.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. It's a big play there for Miami. Defense blitzed, but they picked it up pretty well.
Allowed their man to stand firm in the pocket and not be hurried, didn't it? That allowed him to make the nice throw downfield to help complete that play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A throw over the middle, taken in.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw, Tannehill. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Miami. His tremendous season passing the football, it continues, Charles. That last throw puts him over 4,000 yards now on the year.
And he's still got the rest of November and all of December still to play. So to me, 5,000 yards, very much in play.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Looking to pass. Tua. And incomplete. He dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Tua. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Well, they needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chewo Oladolua with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind. But these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
After the turnover, it's Tua going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Miami.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That sends him 2 yards. In the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just Hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Tannehill. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And he will have a Titans first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. On 2nd down, it's Henry. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 25. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. After the interception, here's Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Off the option, here's Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now a handoff to Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Mike Vrabel saw him on the sideline. He didn't even hesitate. They will go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Titans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out onto the field. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Here's Gaskin. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run it with Williams. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Get the ball. 54, Mike, 54, Mike.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead. It's already out of hand. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Tannehill on 3rd down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's the fullback with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Tannehill on first down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Tannehill. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Tannehill. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start with 2 cities that evoke memories of the 1993 comeback, albeit with a different franchise this time around, but it's Houston at Buffalo. And it's the Texans who's got the lead in the second quarter. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Dak Prescott, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. Tim Patrick, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And now Ryan Tannehill becomes the focus of our players' spotlight. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
85 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The 20th carry down for Derrick Henry. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run on first down. Roberts, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Tannehill. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First down, Henry. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Tannehill going to hand to Henry on the option. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. Man open left side is Brown.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A toss left, Henry. Chop that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Miami set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A handoff as they run the counter play.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Gaskin on the carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
60 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Eight yards to go on second down.
A handoff as they run the counter play. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Shewo Oladolua with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Tannehill. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Tannehill. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Brian Anger now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Room here to run. And oh, it caught up.
Wow, that ball gets...
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose?
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
On the give, this is their fullback. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 79 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They run the counter now on first down. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
On 2nd down now, it's Blake. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.